we'll get going. And they can catch up with us, okay? All right, let's do it. Yay! All right, so as you come to your mat today, just always remember any variations that you need to take, please do. You need a break, take a child's pose. You need a sip of water, please take it. You know, obviously I'm not there to stop you anyway, but you have to do what's right for your body, okay? This is a pretty energetic flow. So again, take your time with it, okay? I'm here to talk you through it and we'll get through it together. So let's have fun. All right, so right away, get to your mat and get into a child's pose. Hey, Mary, awesome. All right, so come into your child's pose. Make it a wide-legged one. So take the knees apart, let the big toes touch. Start to walk yourself down, forehead down. And let the arms be heavy to start, so let the elbows find your mat. And just be on your mat. Find your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And it takes a few breaths to really come into your own space. So give yourself that opportunity to find it. Hey, Jen. Awesome. All right, so the hips are sinking back. Close the eyes. Find a little pressure right in between your eyebrows, your third eye. That's your sixth chakra. Give it some love. And breathe there. Notice on the inhale, the belly rises and the back inflates, the back body. And on the exhale, as all the air empties out of your lungs, hold the navel deep into your spine. Now letting those breaths starting to be more fluid, but complete. So don't cheat yourself on the inhale or exhale. On each one, bringing all the air into the body and exhaling all the air out. And if you have that Ujjayi breath in your practice and you'd like to take it on your mat with you today, this is your time to bring it onto your mat. Slight constriction at the back of the throat, making that ocean breath noise, also known as the breath of victory. Right, so knowing that whatever you do on your mat, it's yours. And you have already won by just showing up. And on your next breath, make your way up into a tabletop. So checking that the shoulders are over the wrists, hips over your knees, and your knees and feet are about 6 inches apart. On your next inhale, sweep the right arm up to the sky, take your gaze with it, and then thread the needle. Right arm sweeps underneath your left, right ear down, right shoulder down. Put a little pressure here on that right shoulder. Really press through the back of the right hand so the palm is facing up. And now you have some options. That left hand could travel forward and keep pressure into the left hand. You could take it behind the back, working a bind. And you could even find a little balance here, whether you have the hand flat or in the bind, taking that left foot to the back of the mat and then reaching it up. And if you pick the leg up, bring it back down. Left hand comes back underneath the shoulder, unthread, reach that right arm back up. Right arm comes down. Left arm reaches up, gaze up, look up, and thread the needle on the opposite side. Left shoulder down, left ear is down. Again, you're pressing through the back of your left hand so the palm is facing up. Find a couple breaths there, and then you have those options. You can walk that right hand forward. You could take the bind, reaching for the thigh, and you can even find a balance. And if you're working that balance, this time the right toes come to the back of the mat and the right leg lifts up. If the right leg is up, start to bring it back down. And then put some pressure back into your right hand and then unthread. Left arm reaches up and then bring it back down, back into your tabletop. Take a couple cat-cows right here. Inhale, gaze goes up, drop the belly. Exhale, tuck the chin, round your spine. Inhale, again, drop the belly, feel that stretch in the abdomen as the tailbone turns up. Exhale, tuck it, round it, split your shoulder blades apart from one another. One more round. Inhale, gaze goes up, heart presses forward. Exhale, tuck that chin in even deeper, really press the spine up to the sky. And then come back to that slight cat back. So keep a slight tuck of the chin, press down through the tops of your feet, and lift the knees just about an inch, finding that angry cat pose. So the knees are hovering, tops of the feet pressing down, shoulder blades moving apart, core is super strong right here. And then drop the knees down, and we're going to add on to it. Let's really fire it up, okay? So again, slight tuck of the chin, feel your spine already starting to round, knees come up. Really press into that left top of the foot, right foot lifts, right knee, right tricep, bring it back, right foot presses, left is up, left knee, left tricep, hover. Right is up, take it to your wrist, take it back. Left is up, left wrist, take it back. Now let's put it together. Right tricep, right wrist, right tricep, take it back. Left tricep, left wrist, left tricep, take it back. Drop the knees. Sit back onto the heels. Clasp the fingers behind you. Lift up your heart. Gaze up as you pull the knuckles down towards the ground. And find a couple deep breaths right here. Hopefully you're starting to feel your body temperature rising. It's a good thing. Good, release. Come back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Plank. So find that strong core. Shoulders right over the wrist. Core pulling in. Heels over the toes. Get really high up on your toes. You could always drop the knees, but come into your chaturanga. Elbows squeeze in halfway down. Press it back up. One more time. Halfway down. Press it up. Down dog. Lift those hips nice and high and take the weight into your heels. First downward facing dog. Maybe not of your day. Maybe it's your second practice, or maybe it is the first one of your day. Pedal it out. I think my friend Rosemary's with me today, and it might be her first dog of the day. And I hope you're having fun already, Rosemary. Awesome work. So pedal it out. Any movement you need to make into your dog. And then start to settle into it. Weight in the heels. Hands are shoulder distance. Head is heavy, gazing up towards the navel or your thighs. Right foot comes up to a three-legged dog. Point the toes up and open up the hips. Stack it, bend at the knee. Let the chest sink back. Find your breath. And then point the toes back up to the sky. And you're going to step your right foot outside the right hand, coming into an active lizard. So just warming it up here, staying up on your back toes. Start to walk the fingertips forward. Really find some length. Keep the length in your spine and the neck nice and long. So right, you don't want to round into this. You want to stay long. And then from here, make any movement that feels right in your body. So maybe working into those hips a little bit, maybe some circles, maybe a little swaying back and forth. Find what feels right in your body. And notice which hip you feel it in more. Is it the right? Is it the left? And not to do anything about it, but just to notice what's going on in your body. And then start to walk the hands back, hands underneath your shoulders. Right foot lifts back up to the sky. And then we're going to warm up with a quick pigeon. So right knee to the right wrist. The shin comes as parallel as it works for you. Lengthen the left leg, but stay upright in your pigeon. Hands next to the hips, lifting up through your heart. Deep inhales and exhales as you notice the back line of the body. Notice your spine. Breathe. One more breath here. And place the hands down. Step back into your one-legged downward facing dog. And then make it a full downward facing dog. 4 on the floor. Left leg rises up. Point the toes, stack the hip, bend at your knee. Keeping the chest moving towards your right thigh. Square shoulders. Left foot steps up outside of the left hand. Active lizard. All right, part of your warm-up. You're going to walk the hands forward. Strong spine, long neck. And again, find some movement here. Again, maybe some circles, maybe swaying. Recognize the differences from side to side. But again, no judgments. Just let it be what it is. Make sure that core is nice and strong. Navel pulling up and in. Good. Walk the hands back under your shoulders. Left foot swings back one-legged. And then take it into your upright pigeon. Left knee towards the left wrist. Right leg goes long. Hands next to your hips. Lift the heart. Gaze up. Imagine you can take that breath from the very root of your spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Good. Place the hands down. Shoot the left leg back. One-legged dog. And then 4 on the floor. Let it go. Deep inhales and exhales. Soften your knees. Gaze forward. Walk, step, or float to the top of the mat, your way, how to get there, and then take a forward fold. Relax the head. Option to grab opposite elbows, or maybe walk the fingertips from right to left. Notice your hamstrings. Do you need a little bend in the knee? If they're super tight today, no problem. And then let the fingertips find the floor. Big inhale. Reach up. Gaze up, look up. Hands to heart center. Close your eyes and set your intention right here. Whatever that means for your practice. Make it meaningful to you. Add in some kindness and compassion. Not only for others, but for yourself. always keep kindness and compassion on your mat. And have fun with your practice. Good, starting with hands at heart center. Left knee is going to come up into your chest, and right away, but moving slowly, you're going to move into a warrior two. So the left foot is going to reach towards the back of the mat, step it down, and take those arms nice and wide. Bending into your right knee, strong left leg, reaching through both fingertips. The right and the left hand, you're reaching. Good, stay low through your hips. And we're going to take in what we call that easier side angle. So the right forearm's going to come to the thigh. Sweep the left hand down and around. Gaze up to your palm and turn your heart towards the sky. Keep those hips low. Think about keeping that right rib cage just as long as your left as you gaze up. Using your hands or not, coming into Skandasana. So depending on your body, that may mean you put your hands down, keep a bend in the right knee. Maybe you're keeping that left foot flat and pressing the hips back to get that inner thigh stretch. But if the flexibility is there and the right foot stays flat, you can come up onto that left heel. Maybe hands at heart center. Take a breath here. Now again, using your hands or not to come up with both toes facing the wide side of the mat. Open the arms wide. Lift your heart. Squeeze the glutes and take the gaze up. Let's call this star pose. From your star pose, you're going to make your way towards the back of the mat into a high lunge. So the right fingertips sweep forward. You're coming onto your back toes, putting a bend into your left knee. Breathe. Right? Maybe you could sink a little bit deeper into your hips. Hands come to heart center. And again, moving as slowly as works for your body. And so maybe that means stepping right into chair because that's where we're headed, or you're going to lean your chest forward. Work to get the right leg up, draw the knee into the chest, set the right foot down, and lift into your chair. The hips are low, the shins are moving towards the wall behind you, and you're breathing. Get high up onto your toes and slowly lower your hips down. Options right here. Your hands could come down and you could work a crow pose, or working into Malasana. Let the feet go wide, come hands to heart center, elbows inside the knees. If you're working crow, knees are coming towards the back of the arms, gaze is forward. Maybe the toes don't lift up as you lean forward, finding those chaturanga arms, or maybe one toe lifts up at a time. But wherever you are, let your right foot land right underneath you. And again, send that left leg back long and come back up into a warrior two. Again, the right foot is forward, left foot is the back foot at the top of your mat, sitting the hips low. Find that easy side angle, forearm to thigh, sweep the arm down and around, gaze to the palm, turn the heart, Skandasana. Yeah, maybe you're pressing the hips back, or maybe you're coming onto the heel. Star pose, press it up, open the chest, squeeze the glutes. High lunge, back at the top of the mat. Left foot is forward, up on the right toes, lifting up through your heart, pulling the rib cage in. Hands to heart center, lean the chest forward. Again, maybe stepping up or finding that bend in the knee, lifting up to a slight warrior three. Pull the knee into the chest, step the right foot down, chair pose. Good. High up on your toes, sit the hips all the way down to the heels. All right, this one's a little different on this side. You're going to sweep the fingertips back. Work to stay on your toes as you glue your chest to your thighs, gaze down, and think about as if you were diving into a pool. Staying on those toes. And if those heels drop, smile, laugh about it. So what? And then drop those heels. Grab the calves, maybe the ankles, and just drop down, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, gaze up, look up, hands to heart center. Awesome. I know you guys are doing so good right now. I'm so excited for you. All right, we've got to take it on the other side. Right knee comes up into the chest. Again, nice and slow and controlled. The right foot this time is going to come all the way to the back of the mat as we come into warrior two. Stepping it back, heel to middle arch alignment. Gazing out over your left fingertips, drop your shoulders. Putting a lot of effort into that outer edge of your right foot. Easy side angle, forearm to thigh. Sweep the right arm up by your ear. Turn the heart up. Stay long through that left rib cage. Skandasana. Hips either press back or you're coming down low. Maybe you're using your hands, maybe not. Either or. And then press up into star pose. Lift the heart, squeeze the glutes. High lunge, back of your mat. Sweep the fingertips up. High up on the left toes. Hands to heart center, sending the chest forward. We're coming into chair pose. Maybe you're finding that control. Knee into the chest, left foot down, chair. Heart is up, hips are low. Making your way onto the heels. And again, now you have the options when you're at the back of the mat. Maybe crow, maybe malasana, right? Either way, if you're working that crow pose, again, find your starting point today. Keep the gaze moving forward. Maybe one foot is coming up off the mat, maybe both, but you're breathing through it and you're having fun with it. And then wherever you are, now the left foot comes right underneath your heart and the right foot steps all the way to the back as you windmill up and over, warrior two. Right, set up into your warrior two, get low, forearm to thigh, sweep the right arm by the ear, turn the heart, find the length, keep the hips low. Skandasana. Good, you're breathing, we're really working into the hips. Star pose, open it up, lift, gaze up, squeeze the glutes. High lunge, top of your mat, reach up, high up on the back toes, inner thighs squeezing towards one another. Hands to heart center, lean the chest forward. Here we go. Left leg, maybe it's staying up and floating. Draw the knee into the chest. Step down. Chair. Keep the fingertips reaching and drop the hips to the heels. Think about that diving pose, fingertips back. Staying on your toes, stomach to thighs. Gaze drops down, high on those toes. Drop the heels. Grab onto the ankles or calves, drop the head. Inhale, reach up, gaze up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant your palms, walk, step, or float through your flow. Maybe you're taking knees, chest, chin. Maybe a double chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. Downward facing dog. Find your breath in your down dog. Check in. Is it still coming in and out through the nose? Do you have that Ujjayi breath with you? You're breathing. That core is pulling in nice and tight. Let's add on. Soften your knees, gaze forward, walk, step, float, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, gaze up, look up. Take a little back bend, lift your heart, gaze up and back. Hands at heart center. All right, so it's a little different this time. Again, draw the left knee into your chest. And you're going to start to reach your chest forward as you open that left knee out towards the side, opening up your left hip. And again, we're going to move into Warrior Two, just nice and slow and controlled. So maybe find your edge here, a little bend in your right knee, keep it soft, start to lengthen that left leg back, and then softly land. Warrior Two. Right, get low into it. Right, sometimes I still need to separate my feet a little bit more when I get there. Now moving into Halfmoon, Ardha Chandrasana, with a challenge if you choose to accept it. You don't need to, right? You can go right down with that right hand, but the challenge is to come into your Halfmoon without your right fingertips ever touching the floor. So you're still stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders, but that right hand is hovering. Or maybe it is on the floor, no big deal. And then how slow, start bending into your right knee. Can you move back into your Warrior Two? Awesome work. Side angle, forearm to thigh, sweep that left hand down and around, lift the heart, gaze up. Skandasana. Down into those hips. Star pose, open it up, lift the heart, squeeze the glutes. High lunge, back of the mat. Hands to heart center. Lean the chest forward. Lift that right leg up. Knee into the chest. Right foot down. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze those thighs, weight in your heels. Start to come down, hips to heels. And then again, you have those options. Crow, Bakasana, maybe Malasana, your yogi squat, right? You have a lot of different choices here, but you're breathing. And then wherever you are, the right foot steps under your heart, the left foot reaches all the way back, and then spin up, Warrior Two. Low into your hips, and we're going to take another Ardha Chandrasana, reaching again with those right fingertips, left leg coming up. Again, maybe this time you work again to hover that right hand, or maybe you're just really light on your fingertips, but that left foot is kicking towards the back of your space, heel pressing back, toes pulling towards your nose. And then put a bend in your right knee as you slowly lower back in, Warrior Two. Side angle, forearm to thigh, sweep, gaze, lengthen. Skandasana. Star pose, heart up, squeeze the glutes. Top of your mat, high lunge. Hands at heart center. Lean the chest forward. Bring the weight into the left to get that right leg up. Knee into the chest. Right foot down. Chair pose. High up on the toes. Lower down. Sweep the fingertips back. Stomach to thighs. Reach the chest out. Stay on the toes. Diver's pose. Heels down. Grab the back of the legs. Drop the head. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Take a back bend. Hands at heart center. Awesome job. Stay with me. Let's do the other side. Right knee comes up into the chest. Slowly start to take the chest forward and open the right knee out to the right side, opening up your hip, finding that point of balance. Again, you know where we're going. If you just want to go there, no problem. Or maybe you're starting to straighten that leg, keeping a little bend in that left knee. Warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. Sink down. Here we are moving into half moon the first time on this side. So again, give yourself that time as that right leg comes up. Maybe the fingertips find the mat, maybe not. Kick through your right heel. Toes pull back. Hips and shoulders stack. Now you're going to put that little bend in your left knee. Warrior two. Side angle. Reach down and around. Turn the heart. Skandasana. Drop the hips. Star pose. Toes face the wide side. Heart lifts. High lunge. Back of the mat. Lift the heart. Hands to heart center. Chest moves forward. Bring the weight into the right foot. Left leg is coming up. Left knee into the chest. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Coming onto your toes. Lower down. Crow. Malasana. You're breathing. Right? A lot of opportunities to find what you're looking for today. Maybe it's some stillness. Maybe it's the arm balance. And as you finish up, this time the left foot lands underneath your heart. Right foot steps all the way back. Warrior two. Get low. Half moon pose. Put a little bend in that left knee and then work to straighten it out. Maybe your fingertips are floating. You're breathing. Put a bend in your left knee. Step the right foot back. Warrior two. Side angle. Reach. Skandasana. Drop it down. Star pose. Open it up. Squeeze the glutes. High lunge. Top of the mat. Fingertips are reaching. Hands to heart center. Chest reaches forward. Put the pressure on the right. Left leg is coming up. Knee into the chest. Left foot down. Chair. High on the toes. Drop the hips down. Fingertips sweep back. Staying on your toes. Glue the stomach to the thighs. Look down. Reach your fingertips up. Drop the heels. Forward fold. Inhale, reach up, gaze up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk, step, float. Find your flow. Exhale all the way through the lowering down. Inhale through your up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathe. Check in with your heart rate. Check in with your breath. All right, we're going to add on. Soften your knees, gaze forward, walk, step, float, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, gaze up, look up, find that back bend. Hands to heart center. Here we go again. Left knee is coming in. Chest reaching forward. Open that left hip out. Little bend in your right knee. Start to lengthen your left leg back. Right? As slow and controlled as you can manage. And then slowly lowering it. Warrior two. Here we are. Right? Notice the difference from the times you did it before. Half moon pose. Fingertips are reaching. Again, maybe you're not even on the fingertips. Adding in a little something different, left hand behind the back, palm facing the wall behind you, helping you turn your chest a little bit more. Good. Put a little bend in your right knee and come back. Warrior two. Side angle. Reach. Skandasana. Drop it. Press up. Star. Hold here. Lift the heart. Hinge at your hips. Wide-legged forward fold. Grab Yogi Toe Lock once you get down there. Middle finger, index finger wrap. Heart reaches forward. Bend the elbows out. Head drops down. The weight is in your toes. If you have an inversion here, if you like to straddle up into a headstand, or you're working on forearm stand, or maybe you're working on something else in this pose, feel free. We're going to be here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep up into high lunge, back of your space. On the back toes. Hands to heart center. Lean the chest forward. Right leg reaches up. Knee into the chest. Chair pose. Lift. High on the toes. Drop it down. Crow. Malasana. What are you working on? Maybe it's a one-legged crow. But you're breathing. And your gaze is steady. Wherever you are, right foot lands underneath the heart. Left foot reaches to the back of the mat. Windmill it. Get low. Half moon pose. Reach through your fingertips. Maybe they find the floor, maybe not. But then take that half bind. Left hand behind the back, palm facing out. Turn the heart. Put a bend into the right knee, nice and slow. Warrior two. Side angle. Hands to heart. Skandasana, or maybe hands to the floor. Star pose. Open it up. Lift the heart. Come on down. This time, pinky edges of the feet. All 5 fingers. Lift the heart. Forearms to your shins as the head lengthens down towards the mat. Tailbone turning up. Weight in your toes. Breathing. Kneecaps are drawing up as those quads engage, so your hamstrings can release. Release your grip. Take it to your high lunge at the top of the mat. Hips are low. Hands to heart center. Lean forward. Right leg coming up. Knee into your chest. Feet down. Chair pose. High on your toes. Lower your hips. Sweep your fingertips back. Stay on those toes. Drop down as your hips lift. Woo! See? So what? Drop the heels. Grab onto the ankles or calves. Drop the head. Inhale. Reach up. Back bend it. Hands to heart center. Awesome job. Let's do the other side. Right knee comes up into the chest. Chest draws forward. Right knee opens out. Keep a little soft bend in your left knee. Straightening out the right leg. Landing. Warrior two. Open it up. Half moon pose. Reaching. Again, maybe use the floor. No problem. Maybe not. But then take that half bind. Right hand behind the back so that you can feel your heart turning. Put a little bend in the left knee. hand back, warrior two. Side angle, reach. Skandasana. Star. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lift your heart. Hinge at your hips. Let the crown drop. Let those knuckles reach up and over. Get into those shoulders as you open up your hamstrings. Right, feel the weight coming into the toes so that you know that tailbone is lifting and those hips are stacking right over your knees and ankles. Release the grip. Come into that high lunge at the back of your space. Right, using the whole mat today. Hands at heart center. Flying into eventually your chair pose. Knee into the chest, 2 feet down. Sweep the fingertips. High up on your toes. Lower it. Crow, Malasana. Where do you want to take it as you gaze forward if you're working into crow? Left foot steps right underneath you. Right foot steps back. Windmill it up. Warrior two. Half moon pose. Reach. Fingertips or not. Half bind it. Kick through your right heel. Put a bend in the left knee. Land soft. Warrior two. Side angle. Skandasana. Right, maybe use your hands right here. No problem. Star pose. Open it. One more time. Clasp the hands. Lift the heart. Hinge. Reach up and over. Let the head drop down. Breathe into it. Inhale, high lunge, top of your mat. Hands to heart center. Chest forward, weight forward. Left leg up, knee into your chest, left foot down, chair pose. High up on the toes, drop the hips to the heels. Sweep your fingertips back. Chest to thighs as you come up onto those toes. Drop the head. Drop the heels. Grab onto the back. Drop the head. Stay down there. Separate your feet just about 6 inches. Measure with your 2 fists. And take Paschimottanasana from the front. Toes into the wrist creases. Drop the head. Elbows bending forward. Tailbone turning up. Pull that navel up under your rib cage. Breathe. Good. Release your grip. Toe heel the feet back together. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up, look up. Lift the heart, take a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Walk, step, float. Take your flow. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, your back bend, shoulders down. Downward facing dog. Right leg is up. Point it, stack it, bend it. Option to stay right here or to flip the dog. You want to take that right foot up and over, lift your hips, and reach to the front of the space. Back into your one-legged dog. Right leg is up. Pigeon pose. Right knee to the right wrist. Working that shin as parallel as it works for you. Left leg walks back. Just for a second, take the hands next to the hips. Lengthen the spine. And then this time, Take that sleeping pigeon, lengthen everything forward, drop the head. So if the head's not making, the forehead's not making connection with the mat, feel free to stack your palms, stack your fists, maybe use a block. But breathe when you're there. And notice what you notice. Notice what you noticed from the warm-up when we took that quick upright pigeon to now, where we've done a whole bunch of hip work. If you'd like to thread the needle, sweeping your left arm underneath the right, bringing your left ear down, so you can take that right hand behind the back and look for your right foot, the right big toe, or you can just press into your right palm to help you twist open, gazing up towards the sky. So you have some options there. And if you're coming up for a bind, mermaid, king pigeon, again, feel free to take it. Maybe getting that extra quad stretch in as you draw the left heel in towards you. And wherever you are, coming up onto your palms, take it back into your one-legged dog and find some motion. Maybe you like to bend that knee again, or maybe just knee circles. And then drop that right foot back down to the mat. Left foot reaches up, one-legged. Point it, stack it, bend it. And if you flip the dog on the other side, this is your chance to flip here. Reaching towards the front of the space, lifting the hips up. Back into your one-legged, left leg is still up. And then right into your pigeon, left knee towards the left wrist. Right leg goes long, hands next to the hips for a second. As you gaze up, and then lengthen forward. And again, options. If your forehead isn't making the connection, use whatever you need to use to help. And if this pigeon pose isn't for you, you could always do it on your back in that figure 4 shape, drawing in. And if you did it on the other side, threading the needle, this time the right arm reaches under the left, right ear comes down. Again, maybe you love to find the big toe or the foot, or maybe you just use the left palm into the floor of your mat as you turn your chest up a little bit more. And it's going to intensify that hip stretch. Maybe you're coming up for the bind. Mermaid, king pigeon. Again, trying whatever you tried on the other side to keep the balance in your body as you breathe. Good. Take one more breath. Release whatever you have. Meet on your palms. Take it back into your one-legged dog. Left leg is up. And again, maybe you bend the knee. Maybe you make some knee circles. Just find some motion. Get that blood flow back. And then downward facing dog. Take a child's pose. Drop your knees, hips to the heels, forehead down. Find a couple breaths in your child's pose. Again, notice what you notice right here. And then reach the fingertips out in front of you. Lift up the wrists and the forearms. And take a walk all the way to the right side of your space, sinking back into your left hip. Maybe the left palm comes on top of the right as you draw your left shoulder down and find a big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take a walk back through your center. Keep the length in your body and then walk all the way over towards the left. Draw your right hip back, maybe right palm on top of the left. Draw the right shoulder down, keeping your shoulders even. And then take that big inhale, inflate your right lung. Exhale, let it go. Take it back through your center. Walk the hands back towards you, sit up onto your heels, come onto one hip, and send the legs out in front. Give them a good shake. Set up for Paschimottanasana. Toes pull back towards you, heels press away. Wiggle whatever you need to wiggle to get onto those sit bones. Take a big inhale, reach up, gaze up, and then lengthen forward. Draw the heart towards your toes. Get your grip. Maybe it's the pinky edges, maybe it's yogi toe lock, maybe it's the tops of the feet, but keep your gaze forward. And then use your breath here. Inhale, lift the heart again. Exhale, draw the elbows out and the shoulders back as you keep that gaze moving forward. Keeping it really active as those heels kick away so that you're getting into the calves, your hamstrings, opening up the sacrum, your lower back. Good, release it. Come on up. Right foot comes to the inside of your left thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, get the grip around the left foot, or maybe it's the ankle, wherever it works for you today. Drop the forehead down. Janu-Shirshasana, forehead to knee pose. So again, draw the heart forward, drop the head. Kick through your left heel. Slowly make your way up. Draw the right hand behind you. Bring the pressure onto the right shin as you reach your left hand up and back behind you, lifting the hips. Draw the hips back down. And switch sides. Right leg goes forward, left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Already kicking through that right heel as you reach up. Lengthen. Drop the head. Chin tucks in, elbows bending down. Again, all the toes are pulling back towards you. Inhale, rise up. This time the left hand reaches back behind you. Put some pressure into that left shin. Lift the hips, reach up and back. Good. Lower the hips back down. The legs come back out in front of you. Reach your fingertips forward. Flip your palms. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lower onto your back. Pull the core in. Take the gaze up as you lower all the way down. Good. Once you're all the way down there, pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Rock it back and forth a couple of times. Take a happy baby, arms on the inside, hands to the outer edges of your feet, drawing your tailbone down, slight tuck in your chin. And then you have that option to stay still or to rock it right and left. Maybe straightening out one leg at a time, maybe both. Then pull the knees back in towards your chest. Let the left leg go long and take the right leg up towards the sky, getting a grip, either your calf, ankle, maybe it's yogi toe lock. And if it is, take the left hand to your left hip. And on the exhale, you're drawing that right leg in towards you. And if you love to pick up your head, neck, and chest, feel free to do it here. If the head, neck, and chest is up, lower it back down, and then open up that right leg to the right side of your space, keeping that left hip down on the mat. And draw the right leg back up and switch hands. So the left hand is going to get a grip, maybe on the foot, ankle, maybe the knee. If you like to bend the knee, your choice. You can keep the leg straight or bent as you take that right foot all the way over to the left side of the space. Right hand is going to come out to a T, gaze staying up to the sky or to your right fingertips, finding your recline twist. Deep inhales and exhales. Right leg comes back up to the center. Let that right leg float all the way back down. Take a breath and just notice how the right side might feel a little different than the left. And then take that left leg straight up. Get your grip, flexing at the foot. Yeah, maybe it's yogi toe lock. Maybe you keep the grip on the calf or the ankle. Right hand on your hip if you've got that yogi toe grip. Exhale as you draw it in. And if you lift it up the head, neck, and chest, feel free to do it here. If the head, neck, and chest is up, lower it down and take that left leg out to the left side. Good. Left leg comes back up through the center and then switch hands. Right hand gets the grip. Again, maybe it's a straight leg, maybe you're bending it. Left hand out to a T. Take the gaze over to your left fingertips or straight up, depending on how your neck feels today. Deep inhales and exhales. Left leg comes back up to the sky. Lower it all the way down to the mat. Draw both knees into the chest. Just neutralize everything. Give yourself a nice hug here. And then let it all go. Reach the legs out. Let the palms come face up as you come into your final Shavasana. Amazing job, yogis. Let the toes open up. Shake the head back and forth a couple times to find your perfect place, to find some stillness. Let the eyes close. Let the teeth gently part and separate. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And let every muscle relax down into your mat. Take your time here. Find a calm breath. If that Ujjayi breath is still with you, let it go. And take as much time as you need in your Shavasana. Amazing job today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Have a great evening. And I'll see you soon on your mat. Namaste.